Hey guys, this week at the brewery we are diving into a crazy scenario that the religious leaders come up with to try to trick Jesus from Mark chapter 12. So, there was a law in the Old Testament where if you were married and then you died and you left your wife a widow, then your brother would have to marry her. So that'd be pretty weird if we did that today. I don't know how you feel about that. Um, but that was the law that they had. So what the Sadducees, this religious group, does is they come up to Jesus and they say, okay, let's say there are 7 brothers. And the first brother dies and leaves his wife a widow. And then the second brother marries that widow. But then he dies. So then the third brother marries that widow. And then he dies, and so on until all the brothers die, and then finally the wife dies. So when they go to heaven, whose wife is this woman going to be? So when you read that initially, you think, okay, this is kind of a rare situation that probably doesn't happen very much. But when you dig into the historical context, which is what my job is to give you the context and then let you use that as a tool to interpret these passages and discuss them. When you dig into the context, you realize that the Sadducees, the religious group that's asking this question, they don't even believe in heaven. So why are they asking a question about marriage in heaven? I looked up on Jewish Encyclopedia and some other websites that list what the Sadducees believe, Britannica Encyclopedia. They don't believe in heaven, hell, angels, demons, and they don't believe that the soul goes on after death. So it's really interesting also that this group is actually who was in power in the temple. They're a very small sect of Judaism. They did not represent what the average Jew believed, but they were the chief rulers in the temple. They had all the power because they were very wealthy and they represented the nobility. So, yeah, what's going on here? They're actually trying to make Jesus look ridiculous. They're trying to make his beliefs look absurd by inventing this crazy scenario and asking, okay, if you really believe this, then how do you solve this problem that is purely hypothetical? So that's the backdrop for what's going on in Mark chapter 12, verses 18 through 27. And we're going to talk about it at the brewery this week if you would like to join us at the Poorhouse at 7 p.m. You can also use our discussion sheet. I come up with a sheet with all of the questions that we use at the brewery. And I also pack all of that historical context in there so that you don't really have to have any public speaking skills or be a leader or anything. You just take that sheet, you sit down with some friends, the sheet does all the work, gives you everything you need to discuss, and it gives you the context so that you can figure out what it means and puzzle through this together as a collaborative project. So if you want to check that out, go to breweryministries.org, go to the Mark folder. Right now there's one called the Blue Path, and it is week 32. Check that out if you're interested. Start your own group, join ours. We've got a Zoom group if you go to breweryministries.org, and I hope you found this interesting. Yeah, send me your thoughts if you have any. I'll catch you next time.